This is a story of how I got into one of the world's best research institute for my junior year summer internship.
And to understand that, we gotta go all the way back to August of 2024.
So I realized if I wanted a strong portfolio for my master's and PhD, no one's gonna come to my doorstep and build it for me. I had to take the initiative, find opportunities, put in the hours, and well, so I did.
Off we went, enrolling ourselves into programs, and then January, February 2025 is when I interned with Samsung developing a RISC-V architecture CPU. It was a chip design competition.
Learned a ton about VLSI, finished top 2 nationally, and I was done with that.
Moving on, that's when I realized, well, VLSI is not for me, and then I got into the EYSIP summer internship program, arguably India's best summer research internship program. The summer of 2025 can be described by me having a monotonous schedule, but a very constructive one at that, because the project that I worked on was origami and robotics, and I was in charge of perception
And the
origami part itself, while the other two pillars were navigation and manipulation. So it was a board that could adapt to uneven terrain thanks to its wheels that were origami morphing wheels. It could perceive stuff.
So I just got done with the work, and occasionally I have to, sometimes stay back.
So you had a LiDAR and an RGBD camera perceiving all of the depth information and finally merging that information with sensor fusion along with that assisted geometry of the robot.
Apart from that, the other best highlight of that summer,
Were the workshops.
oh my god, be it semiconductor, GitHub, and also the industrial design workshops were bang on. So I was pretty happy after that summer. And what followed that did not disappoint me either, because, well, I was a part of EIPL. So for some context, EIPL was invite only. So anywhere between 12 to 15,000 students participated in the robotics competition that lasted for 9 months. After that, only 50 were actually selected for the summer internship.
Only 20 made it to the EIPL program. So to kick off the program, off we went to a remote farmland, working alongside farmers trying to understand problems at the root level. And one problem that stood out profoundly was, well, onion transplanting. So farmers had to stay bent for hours, leading to repetitive strain injuries, shifting onion samplings from smaller nursery to a bigger field. So we came up with a device, and I profoundly coined it the Onionator. It was designed to terminate the problem of planting onions by penetrating the ground so that the farmer could deploy the sapling from the top, operated with a leg without bending. And a few months later, in March, we stood in the finals and won.
But there's something that happened in the end of January 26 that was about to render the upcoming summer the best summer of my life. And this is the story of exactly that.
All of these activities were just the tip of the iceberg. Not to mention my other internships at Berkeley, NTU, citizen science project collaboration with NASA, enormous wheelchair for visually impaired people, and me working on my own app idea that I wanted to get into a SaaS startup. Juggling all of this alongside my interdisciplinary dual major with electronics and product design was absolutely crazy. So let's go back a bit.
November 2025 is when applications to all of the glorious summer programs started.
I hunted down each and every one of them. Even if I worked round the clock, I knew I had to come up with the best statement of purposes and apply it to the ones that I really wanted to get into. And so I did, very strategically.
And then finally, it was result time. So let's get into it.
Daydream, I fell asleep amid the flowers for a couple of hours on a beautiful day. Daydream, I dream.
So after that meal, it was just a matter of getting my visas done, packing my bags, and finally leaving for Max Planck.